Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel again. It is, a big sorry for not updating any videos for almost 2 months. During these 2 months, I'm really a bit busy. Of course, busy about my tests at school, and also, like, it is now Christmas holiday. First, like, I need to spend 5 to 6 days finishing my Christmas homework and doing the revision for the final test of this semester, and now I'm free. So I plan to update videos for twice or 3 times a day until January the 3rd, until I need to come back to school and do the end of semester test. So now let us begin the first video after not updating for 2 months. This video is about how would Nazi take control of a town. So it is a really worth discussing, I think, topic, because, you think, it is really interesting for you to analyze or plan for a kind of government or party, how to completely seize control of a town. And also it is really meaningful to know different methods being used, and also you will feel like you are a god to to teach the leader of the party how to do and what to do. So I will first take the example of Northeim, which is I would say Germany town. Yes, it is exist in the history. It is true, truly existed. So suppose I am one of the officials of Nazi, and I am taking charge of controlling this area. So how can I ensure that all of them are being controlled strictly, and even further have the sense of belonging for Nazi? So first method, which is the not that recommended one, which is the violence method. According to history and facts, the northern town has only less than 30,000 people living there. So violence method is pretty easy to achieve, because Nazi only need to use small amounts of army to support them to take control of the whole I would say council of the city. So just let some soldiers march around the street and claim this town is being occupied by Nazi, and put on some Nazi flag is definitely enough. So of course, if you oppose this party, you might be executed or being sent into concentration camp, which is the hard approach of the violence method. But it is clearly being stated that it is not the best method, because we have others. For example, the propaganda method. The propaganda method is really important for Nazi because, I would say, after Joseph Goebbels joined Nazi party, they focused a lot on the propaganda method, which is a soft approach, which would make residents more willing to become a member of Nazi. So let us begin the propaganda method. First, of course, we know that according to using this hard approach, it is easy to control a town like this in Germany, because there is no troops staying no saying, and the residents was easily given, because they do not, if really think at a resident's point of view, they don't really care which governments they are currently belongs to, because as long as they can get real benefits and get some welfare, they won't care who is leading them. If they are ensured that they are in a safe situation and can have a relatively high living standard, then everything is fine. But if you consider in this way, it needs to be positive, because it is much more easier for Nazi to take charge of the town. But to some kind of people, they would think it is actually a negative part, because the case is this: you, the Nazi, you can take control of almost everyone, every town like this, easily by using some hard approach. But as for other troops, if Nazi was failed after all, and also if they would need to take control of the town, it is also need to be relatively easily, which is for Nazi, the situation faced is like this is a really easy to control town, but it is a bit hard for them like to really create a sense of belonging among the residents, which is a bit difficult. But we need to stimulate their willingness to protect the government, which is protect Nazi in this situation. So we need to address a lot. First, we need to create a god, which is the idea first invented by Joseph Goebbels, to create a god. So the god can be someone in the town or even Adolf Hitler, because they will realize they need to follow whatever he said or wants them to do. Like there is something really naive like remind me, so I will just just conclude it. Like we need to create some situations that the hero of the town save everyone from danger, and also to stimulate their willingness to protect the hero while he was injured. So it is, after all, build a real god in this town. But still, there are questions being left that whether I would say Nazi use that much of effort to take control for a small town, because we this plan need to be customized. Like we can also make them in the newspaper for give them a name of the model Nazi town, which can stimulate they want to get a higher rank, to get a higher welfare. But actually if I am a bit more evil, I would say that's only the highest rank of the town is not even being existed, is created in the fantasy. So this propaganda is actually truly Nazi lacks, because Nazi only put this kind of propaganda into 1 to 2 towns, which is definitely not enough for them to seize control of the whole Germany, and it quite partly explain that's the reason why Nazi failed that quick. And also it is after creating the sense of belonging, we need to control the culture. The culture is, of course, we need to replace the religion. For most Nazi Germany, after we study about the religion in Germany, we will know that they are part of Catholic. There are also many parts of Catholic, and I think Germany do belongs to one of them. And later they, the Nazi build some church, and there are some people opposing them, create a confessional church and so on. So we need to replace the religion into Nazi, because just like what we previously mentioned, we need to put Nazi into a real religion. So we need to seize control of the whole town through their spirit. Only it will be last for quite a long period of time, even 2 to 3 years, just like what Chinese people experienced during the COVID-19. If the government truly do this kind of things, I would suppose that people would follow them or give in during these years, because they see no hope of running out of them. They see no hope if they if a real God is just in front of them, and they do not have any excuses to believe others, because the other kind of religion they worship, they won't give them actual benefits. In a really hard situation, the religion they worship, they cannot give them offer any kind of help. But here, if you give in, there is a real God in front of you, which is Adolf Hitler. So if you believe him, he can give you anything you want, at least reasonable. So this is the first 2 methods to take control of the town. Now we come to the third and the fourth method. First, let me introduce the third method, which is give them real benefits. Just like what previously mentioned, if I am a resident of the town, I won't care how much, which government is currently taking control. I only care about what I can get from them. So real benefits become a pretty good soft approach, because it is more easier to be addressed on all the residents, because it only takes a short period of time. Since nobody in a town truly cares about which party, so real benefits must be given. So Northeim has rich timber resources, so subsidy need to be given into these resources, and like governments can even buy the timber being produced. So like and also if like the model family can be reduced, like the direct tax being used. So and also we need to try to provide some public goods and services, because like 100 years ago, like Mozambique have a great wall with a town nearby. So like some infrastructure and some basic like industry haven't been really recovered. So like I think Nazi government can use this as a way to get the support from this town. And also we need to control their culture. Only 30,000 of people, it is really easy to address like hard censorship, which only allow like pro-Nazi books to be sold. And also residents would have no chance to reach books opposed Nazi. And also like if we consider about a radio, which is called the People's Receiver, like later being published by Joseph Goebbels, like they banned like all like channels from BBC or from foreign countries. So like residents must not listen to those radios. They need to carry the swastika to go out, and even you can build a statue of Hitler in every community. So and also if we do need to control a town by culture, we not only need to control them by daily life, also we need to make the daily life full of Nazi elements. For example, we can create a local food named after Adolf Hitler, and we can use swastika as its shape. And also it can be some desserts and also dishes. And we can, have sport matches and, have a team that represent Nazi in their town. And we need to put Hitler's, image in every churches, and to let them worship Adolf Hitler. And, we can elect a team that contribute most for Nazis' development in this town, which can give them a sense of honor. So the main aim is to make the whole life of them full of Nazism. So this is the 4 methods to take control of the town by Nazi. And yes, this is the first video. And thank you all for listening and supporting.